Welcome to Ngosti Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Welcome to Ngosti Talk Shows channel, everyone. My name is Nomsa Clara Mngbe. And for those who have not been to this channel, and at Ngosti Talk Show, we talk about all subjects from all walks of life. And we have all different coaches that comes in, and they talk about different things, and they're very passionate about what they do and how they can help you to find your voice and lead from within. Break those chains that are holding you moving forward, which is what we're going to be talking about it today. And so the topic today is how to stop being bitter, the steps to overcome bitterness. So are you someone who has been rejected? Are you someone who has been cheated? Being cheated, it could be at work. It could be cheated by your spouse. It could be cheated by that promotion that you thought you deserve it, but you didn't get it. And you feel that life has not been fair for you in your life. And you're holding on to that pain, and you are chained to mindset. You are chained to memory. You are chained to panic. You are chained to trust because of bitterness, because of something that happened in the past. When you walk in the room, all you see is what's wrong with people. All you see is what you went through in the past. Guess what? In life, we all go through things in life that make us feel that life is not fair. We all go things that that feels like Christians, someone who is a Christian will be feeling that God is not fair. But guess what? God is fair. Those who believe in the universe, they'll be thinking that the universe is not fair, but not knowing that actually the universe, it is fair. When you are chained to memory, when you are chained to your past and chained to that mindset of your past, chained to panic, chained to trust, because of the things that happened to you in the past, it will be difficult for you to find that, to break the chains and let go and move on. That job that you thought it would last forever, and your boss had to let you go because they couldn't afford you anymore. That marriage that you thought it was going to last forever with your lover, but your relationship had to break. Not because of what you did, not because of someone that did, just because it had to happen for you to find happiness, but because you don't know and you are still chained to that past. We all deserve to be happy in life, But sometimes when challenges come in our way, challenges they do come. They come for us to climb the mountain, to find happiness on the other side. Sometimes the challenges come to give us strength, to give us, to help us know how to be a leader, to help us know, become that person who we want to become. That's what God gives us challenges. But sometimes the challenges are simple, not from God. Sometimes the challenges can come from a different energy. But because you don't know to ask, if you are a believer in God, you don't know to ask and to seek and to break the chains. You will be chained in the past. Chains in that sickness where you go to the doctor and you expect the doctor to tell you that you have a headache. You expect the doctor to tell you that you just have a cold. But you get told that you have a life-changing disease. You have cancer that you didn't order from Amazon. But then doctor delivers the bad news. And then you get stuck in the chain instead of fighting for healing, instead of seeking professional help so you can heal yourself. You get chains in that why me? Why do I have to go through this pain? Why do I have to have this cancer while other people are having a good life? Guess what? Life is not fair. That's what life is about. Sometimes the challenges come your way for you to fight. But because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have strength to fight those challenges. Relationship with families, they fall apart. Relationship with friends, they fall apart because the friends that you have, they are not the friends that they will help you to take your life to the next level. But because you don't know, you will fight. You will fight the battles. Fight your friends instead of walking away, loving from the distance. Instead of breaking the chains of that rejection, instead of breaking the chains of thinking, I am not enough. But you will fight. When the doctor tells you the bad news, instead of saying, you know what are the steps for me to get better? You'll be asking, why me? No one order a divorce from Amazon. No one goes and order sickness from Amazon. No one orders bad friends. We made friends in our lives. So we think these friends, they're going to be amazing, they're going to be brilliant. But along the way, we find out that these people that we thought they will stay in our lives, they're not who we thought they would be. But instead of you moving on, letting it go, but you hold on to chains, you hold on to that bad friends that you've met, and you're like, I'm chained to the choices that I've made. I'm chained to the bad choices that I have made in my past. You blame yourself. But you met that friend. There was a reason why you met this friend that you've met. Things have gone wrong. There's a reason why you met this man, this woman. Even if you're not together, there is a reason why. What have you learned from that relationship? Maybe in the first place, you were never meant to get married to that person or to have a relationship with that person. But because we don't know how to select, we don't have the knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge of a relationship, if you don't know how the knowledge of selecting, the power of selecting the love of your life, then along the way, there will be problems. Sometimes we meet people In relationships, we have relationships with them. They are lovely. Everything goes well. But along the way, you find out this person is not who they say they are. Very abusive, mind control, all different things, physically, mentally abuse. Then you start blaming yourself. Why do I have to go through this pain instead of saying, you know what, find a way to get out of this situation. Find a way to seek professional help if you are going through abuse in a relationship, physically or mentally. Don't blame yourself. If the signs were not there, sometimes some people, they say the signs are there when you meet someone. Yes, for some people, the signs are there. For some people, the signs are not. Some people are very, very good at hiding of who they are. When they start showing you their dark side, then you start blaming yourself. Why didn't I see this? Why didn't I see this coming? Instead of dwelling on why, how can I get out? How can I get out of this situation? Find people that can help you instead of staying bitter in one place. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for meeting the person that has put you through abuse, that has put you through hell. Even in business, we meet people. They take advantage of us. Business deals don't go well. Instead of letting go, you dwell in the past. There are so many people who have lost so much finances. I've lost so much finances through people. But it is life. I don't blame God. Maybe if it was before, I would say, God, where were you? But I know that God does not choose my situation. I choose my situation. When I pray, I get to make a decision. He does not interfere. He sends people my way for me to select people that are going to help me. He does not interfere with. He does not interfere. Instead of blaming yourself, there are some people who have lost their children through pain, which is their child either has been stabbed or their children have been shot, and they never ask for that. And they find it hard to break through that chain. If you are listening to me and you have gone through that chain of forgiveness, and the person that is actually did this to your child or has taken away your child, they are rejoicing. They are happy. The person that abused you in a marriage, in that marriage, they are happy. The relationship broke. You hold on to them, but they are happy. They are married. They've got children, but you're still holding on. It is not fair for someone to enter your life and take advantage of you. It is not fair. But it is not fair for you to hold on to that pain. Hey, Visit Branda, how are you? If you have any comment you would like to put, please feel free to communicate with me. So it is not fair for you to hold on to pain. It is not fair for you to hold on to that marriage if you have gone through divorce and you were in an abusive relationship, or you were in a physically abusive relationship and you hold on to your spouse because they've had, and you feel that your life has been wasted, your life has been stripped away from you. Or you could be, there are some people who have been gone through, they've gone through rape through their families, through strangers. And they feel that it's not fair for the adult that entered my life. His job was to protect me, whose job was to look after me, but they took advantage of me. Guess what? God is fair. If you say, you know what, universe, whatever your beliefs that might be, if you say, you know what, this is the pain that I've gone through, because God or the universe knows what you've been through. If you manifest to God, or you manifest to the universe, or you manifest to whoever you believe to be true, whatever you believe to be true. Your beliefs are right. There is no wrong beliefs. My beliefs, I believe in God. So when I pray, if something happens to me, I don't hold on to bitterness. I don't hold on to unforgiveness, but I used to. I used to hold on to bitterness. I used to hold on to unforgiveness. But I realized that the person that I'm holding in my heart, they are rejoicing, they are glorifying, because they've hurt me and they've moved on, they are hurting somebody else. So I've realized that my job is to forgive. My job is to ask for God to judge fair. When it comes to life, if I have gone through pain, I ask for judgment. If you believe in the universe believes in now. You can ask the universe to bring the judgment on your behalf, to set you free. But then you find that when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to pain, when you hold on to that hurt, and the person that entered your life, they did what they did, they've moved on. They're physically abusing somebody else. Business-wise, they're busy robbing somebody else. Emotionally wise, they're busy abusing someone else emotionally. Physical abuse, they're busy physically abusing somebody else. Rapist, the rapist is busy raping somebody else. But because you're holding unforgiveness instead of saying God or universe, you know what I've been through, but I don't want anyone to go through the pain that I've gone through. I'm asking for judgment. Or I'm asking to let go of this pain, because even if we don't ask for judgment, God judges anyway. He judges. Our lives are judged based on who we are, based on what we do, based on the energy that we bring to ourselves. So even if you don't, if you let go, that is beautiful. Let go of that past. Let go of being chained into memory that does not serve you. Let go of being chained to the mindset that does not serve you. Let go of being chained to your past. Trust. You enter a relationship. A man rejects you. He makes promises. A woman makes promises. But then a few months down the line, they're like, this, I don't think this is what I want. Because people are allowed to change when they realize they made the wrong decision. And then they tell you that, you know what, I don't think this is going to work. And then you basically, the bitterness, you get angry. I don't think I am enough. But actually that person has told you that they don't think that the relationship is going to work, because they themselves, they need to work on themselves. Hey, Mahale, how are you, baby girl? I've missed you so much. I've not seen you to the talk show for a very long time. So how is South Africa? I've missed you so much. So then you're chained to that memory, chained to the memory of fear. Yes, you have to let go of resisting change. Change has to happen natural. And you know what? The things that we go through in life, they bring changes into our life. The pain that we go through in life, we become warriors. We become basically soldiers of our own lives. You become a soldier because when you go through challenges and you have that courage to actually allow yourself to be free, you have the courage to be who you want to be. That is strength, that is courage, and that is empowering. It's empowering other people. Then you can go and basically help other people. Awesome, awesome. On this side, everything is well. UK today is a sunny day actually, so it's very beautiful out there. Um, it's so beautiful. It's been cold, but today we have sun. I'm sure later on it's gonna be cold, but at the moment it is nice. So it is nice. So I should meet you one day when I come to South Africa. So and so when you're chained to that bitterness because of your past. That means every door of opportunities is closed because there is no opportunity that can be open if you choose to close the door yourself through bitterness. That is stagnation. That is a chain that you'll be putting in your life. And then you start asking God, where were you, God, when I was going through this pain? Where were you, universe, when I was going through this? Then you open the door of depression. You open the door of chaining yourself into your past. You're opening the door of stagnation. Don't live in your past. Don't live in that pain. If you have gone through pain, yeah, that is if you have gone through pain, you don't have to live in that situation. You have to move on with your life. It's the hardest thing to do, but it's got to be done. You were created to be the person you are meant to be. You were not created to be just ordinary. Challenges will come our way. Before, I used to think that when I have problems, I used to actually lie on the bed, cry under the pillow, and I would just cry until I decide to release myself. But then I realized that actually that wasn't the right way. When I have problems, I don't stop dreaming. When I have problems now, I don't stop having faith. I don't stop having hope in my life. I don't stop believing in my destiny, believing in the person that created me, because that person defines who I am. Problems don't define me. Pain, it doesn't define who I am. But my creator defines who I am because he knows my destiny. He knows the horse that I have to ride for me to get to my destiny. He knows my destiny house. He knows what is written in my book of life for me to succeed. If I hold on to chain, somebody can easily enter and ride my horse of success. Somebody can easily enter and occupy the house of my destiny if I'm holding on to pain. But I realize that if those who have hurt me, when I hold on to them in my heart, they are moving on. They are living a life. So that's why always I choose to dream. I choose to have the courage to go on. When I have pain, when I'm going through something, I stand up and I look up and I say, problems, I know you are here. I know you want to put me down, but I'm going to stand tall because problems don't define. Never put your story on hold in your life because of problems. Take responsibilities when you are going through something. Take responsibilities about your life. Live in the present, in the now. No matter how big problems might be, live in the now, not in the past. Live in the present moment, in the now. It's not why. So how how can I move forward? Not why. Why is a step back. When you ask yourself why, it means, yes, you don't understand, but you're going back. But if you say, how can I get out of this? It means I don't understand the unseen, the problems that are unseen. I don't understand them, but I'm willing to have the courage to go on. I am willing to have the courage to be the person that I want to be. God created me to be. Whether your beliefs might be the universe, whatever your beliefs might be, you were not created to be ordinary. You were not created to chain yourself to pain. You were not created to chain yourself to tears, to pain, to death. You were created to be something that is amazing, something that you can use your imagination to get creative and become that person that you want to be, regardless of what you've been through. There are some people who go through so much. When they tell you, you are like, oh my God, just by listening to you, I feel ashamed for not fighting for my destiny. The challenges that comes our way, they don't come here for us to hide or to be angry. They come here for us to find strength. They come here, the challenges come to our lives for us to understand who we are. As a leader, when challenges teaches us to be a great leader. Because when a leader, when things are not going well as a leader, you don't start looking at who did what. If you run a company, or you are managing the company or whatever that might be, when problems are presented within the company, you don't look for somebody to blame, like, I'm gonna hide or I'm gonna find someone to blame. No, you don't. You look for solution. So that's what bitterness we have to do. When we feel hurt, when somebody enters our lives and they hate us and they do something to us that is not fair, we are not meant to blame. We are to blame ourselves for accepting that person. We are not meant to blame them. We are meant to process the pain. Everything is all about process. We're meant to process everything, not to stay there long. We process it, we take our time, but make sure you don't stay too long. Because if you stay too long there, you might end up with depression. So you can do your healing. If let's say somebody hurt you before, you can go in front of the mirror and look at yourself. Go in front of the mirror and ask yourself, you know your name. You know who you stand for. But then you need to imagine coming face to face with that person. Face to face. You have to imagine their face to face. And you imagine not arguing with them. Everything that is in your heart, everything that you are meant to tell them. And don't expect an apology. Because normally the people that come into our lives and hate us, they don't have courage to apologize for what they have done. Because sometimes they might not know, or sometimes they might know what they have done, but they don't have that courage, that love to say, I'm sorry. So you have to go in front of the mirror. Imagine yourself coming face to face with this person without anger. Don't hold back. Everything that you are meant to say to that person, say it out loud. Imagine you say everything, no fighting. Because when you tell somebody how you feel, you don't tell that person with anger. Because when you're angry, you're going to say the things that you regret. But when you say, okay, I want to tell you how I feel, and I want to let you go, you tell them how you feel. How you feel. Even if it hurts, you tell it as it is. And when you finish, you tell them how much you love them. Unconditional love. You tell that person how much you love that person. And then it will be a time, the end, when you finish telling them how much you love them, you tell them, I forgive you. I forgive you for the pain that I've gone through. And you let them go. When you let that person go, you do this when you feel you are ready to release them. When you let them go in your heart, you let it go. Sometimes some psychologist says you can choose to burn the memories. You can imagine burning the memories. But when you burn the memories spiritually, you can no longer speak to that person. So I don't suggest that. You can't speak to them. If you burn that memory, imagine burning the memory, burning them and going separate ways. It means you don't want to cross path with them. That is spiritually in the Bible. You don't want to cross path. That is a stronghold. But in letting go freely. For me, I believe in letting go someone freely, not burning them. I burn memories that I don't want. I burn pictures. I burn. Sometimes I buy clothes. And as a Christian, if they are revealing clothes, when I wear them, if I feel that this does not represent the kingdom of God, I burn those clothes because it means I don't want to wear them anymore. So I burn anything you burn, it means you don't want to cross path that memory. But if you believe that you're going to speak to somebody, you're going to speak to that person where they are a family member or they are something, don't imagine burning that memory. You have to imagine letting it go. Everything that you've gone through, if you burn the pain, it means I don't want to cross path with you. But if you say, I'm letting go, just let it go. Release yourself. It's a very, very painful healing, but it's worth it. Very, very painful. It's not something, I don't want to lie to you and say when you do this, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. It's not. Because when you face the truth in your life and you decide to release that pain, releasing the pain is good after. The feeling is good, but the process is painful. I did it myself. And after that, I opened the door. I did the process. That was 2010. I did the process of this healing that I'm talking about. And after I did the healing, because I had holding on to some pain in my life. And when I did that, it means I was closing a chapter, opening another chapter. I closed the door of pain, but opening another door of glory. So because I was using the Bible, there was a big price for me to pay. So I'm not going to go there, not today. So I'm not going to go there and talk about that door that I've opened, closing the old chapter, opening a new chapter. What happened? It was painful. I didn't know what happens. Basically, I didn't know that when you hold on to pain, you connect it to a different energy. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought when you hold on to pain, it's just something that happens and you move on. So I didn't know that when I've been holding on to pain, holding on to people in my heart that have hurt me, I didn't know that I was hurting myself, and I was holding on to the stronghold by entering another door that I was not meant to be. I had no idea. But I can tell you that the experience, when somebody says there is God and there is his son, Lucifer, so I can testify that because I went through it. And when I opened that door to say, I don't want to stay here, I want to go there, somebody said no. So when I say basically don't let go of bitterness, I'm talking about something that I experienced. I'm talking about something that the bitterness is basically, it wasn't something big. It was holding on to my father's death. I hold on to my dad. Anger. I hold on to people who hurt me in the past when I was basically at school. The challenges with adult, when you're growing up, you have some people, adult, who basically who have messed up lives, and they want to come how they speak to you, and that can destroy your confidence. And then I hold on to those people that were destroying my confidence because I thought I wasn't enough. But when I was ready to let it go, to let go of that bitterness and become the person who I wanted to be, there was a confrontation. I didn't go that easy because I went deep. I didn't go that easy. I went really, really deep. So the process is too complicated. I talk about it some other time. But I didn't think I would be in that situation. But I've learned to let go. Through that situation, it has helped me to let go of everything. When somebody is hurting me, or when somebody speaks, I have to realize that every word that we speak is how we feel. When somebody says negative things to me, it doesn't mean it's because of what I've done. It's because of what they are going through. So it has nothing to do with me. So you have got to understand, when somebody enters your life and they say negative things to you, it's got nothing to do with you. So it's how you respond in that situation that would determine how we respond in every situation. Is the critical component of where we're gonna be, where God is able to take us or promote us, or how the universe is able to help us and promote us to become who we want to become. How we respond in every situation. Or we can choose to feel sorry for ourselves. So I chose to respond in a positive way, knowing that when somebody enters my life, if I date a man, we have an agreement that they like me and I like them, and things don't work out how we planned, it doesn't mean it's my fault. It means there is something that I need to go back, look at how I selected that person, or maybe I need to basically look at their situation. Maybe they're not ready. There are some people that would not date somebody if they know that they are not in that level emotionally. So they will decide to release you. Or maybe it's God just entering your life and say, this is not for you. So sometimes things happen for a reason, but because we don't know, we hold on to pain because we think this person is hating us, but it is because of how this person is feeling. They are feeling themselves. They are hurting. And in order for them to deal with that hurt, they decided to transfer the pain to somebody else. If I'm hurting right now and I go outside, I can tell you that the person that I speak to, they will know about it. They will know how I feel because it's how I'm responding to them. But if I'm happy and go out with love, that person is going to receive love. So that's what life is about. But we tend to blame ourselves. When relationship doesn't go well, when the career that we've chosen, it doesn't go well, we'll start feeling sorry for ourselves. Lost of your loved ones. There are so many people that have lost their loved ones during the pandemic. I was talking to my pastor yesterday. Her daughter, she's had coronavirus 3 times. 3 times. And she was telling me that. I was like, she's had it so many times. And she was like, yes, 3 times. But some people, they have not had it. So if it was you, you'd be like, why me? But she just get on with it. She stays away when she's ill. She stays away and recover and go back to normal. So when some people are faced with those kind of situations, they don't know how to deal with it. Somebody did you wrong in the past. Look at your foundation of your life. What are you planting in that seed for you to grow? What are you planting? What kind of seeds are you planting? The roots, because the roots of your foundation, every foundation has the roots. So the roots of your foundation, it has to be um, has to be fed. What are you feeding that foundation? If you are feeding pain, that foundation is going to be rotten. If you are feeding it regrets, I've made mistakes in my life, but I don't live there. I've been chained to rejection, but I don't live there. That's not my house. That's not my life. I've been told by people that I'm not enough, but I don't live there because those words were not meant for me. They were meant for them, not for me. Because if God created me, you can't tell me that I'm not enough for you because you don't define me. If you didn't create me, you cannot define me. You didn't define me. So you can't tell me that I'm not enough. There's times where people have made me feel that I couldn't be who I wanted to be. But because I don't believe in people, I believe in God, and I believe in God's angels. I believe that every person that is put in my way is an angel. They have a job to play. They have a part to play in my life. So I believe in angels. God is angels. People, to me, their God is angels. I don't see them. Even though they come in my way, they hurt me. I look at it situation and I'm like, she's messed up. And I pray and I say, God, let her chains be broken. I don't see why would she say those things to me. I don't say those things. But I used to before. If somebody would come to me and say hateful things, I'll be like, why would she do that? Why would she do that? So you don't have to question people. You have to look at yourself within. Check in with your foundation. Check in with the roots that you're planting in your life. Who are you surrounded? Who is in your environment? In order for you to find happiness within, you're gonna have to plant good seeds that are going to help you to move forward with your life. The seeds that can help you to become mentally, memory, physically. That is, you eat good health. You surround yourself with good people, good guardian angels, good people, and unapologetic. You don't have to apologize if you feel you don't hang out with somebody, with that person that is hurting you, because God would not want you to hang out with somebody that brings pain to you. He will not want you to hold on to them, their pain. He will want you to let them go and forgive, but love them unconditional. Love unconditionally. It means I'm moving away, not because I'm better than you. I'm moving away because there is somewhere I need to get to. But if I stay here, there is no way that I can get to my destiny. If I stay here with people that tell me that I'm not enough, I'm not gonna get to where I need to be. If I hold on to pain, this pain that it tells me that I'm not enough, the pain of rejection, if I hold on to it, live in that pain, there's no way I'm going to get to my destiny. So I have to believe that I can go I can go on, regardless of what pain. I have to have the courage to have strength and keep going. But love it unconditional and let it go of people that don't save you. The Bible says we have to love our enemies. Yes, I love you, but I'm going to move on with my life. Not with hatred, but with love. How we respond in every situation is how we're able to move forward with our lives. How we respond to hatred, how we respond to bitterness, the pain. I'm not enough. Because of some men told you that you were not enough for them. And you start believing that, it becomes the chain. I'm not enough because somebody rejected me. I was told that I'm not enough. So that becomes your identity because of what was done to you in the past. It becomes your identity. Bitterness becomes your identity. The depression, people recognize you. They hear your voice. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to hide. She's coming. He's coming. Problems all the time. He doesn't say anything good about himself. So I'm going to hide. It becomes your identity. Being dragged around because you're bitter. And you let people drag you around because of their bitterness and because of their messed up life. You let them dragged around. Chains of my past. The chains of my past. Dragged around. Okay, I don't have chains today, so I'm going to demonstrate something. You know, like you're going, being dragged around. I've got a bag here. You see, when you're being dragged around, this birth you have to push it. You can push it wherever you want. So that means people can push you wherever they want you to be. They can push you like this suitcase. They can drag you around basically when with their emotions. When they feel happy, they drag you around. They drag you around. These emotions say, this is the handle of the bag. I'm dragging you around because I'm feeling happy. So the day I'm feeling unhappy, I'm dragging you that way. Emotions are messing up with your life. And you keep going with bitterness. You have no clue that Nomsa is messed up. So the day I'm feeling happy, I'll give you a hug. And you go through the emotions. And he hears you saying, why is she doing this to me? Why is she doing this to me? But you don't know that Nomsa is messed up. The day I'm feeling good, you are on this side. The suitcase comes on this side. I'm feeling good, so I'm gonna drag you on this side when I'm feeling good. The day I'm feeling bad, going that way, drag you around. So that is the emotions. When somebody is feeling really, really bad, when their life is messed up, they'll enter your life, drag you around emotionally. When they're feeling good, you go that way, emotions. When they're feeling bad, that way. It happens to relationship as well. Intimacy relationship. When you are dating someone who basically hasn't got the knowledge of what love is, who basically has not worked on themselves, who has been hurt in the past and they've not dealt with their wounds because we are all wounded. They'll drag around emotionally tomorrow and they are really amazing. Then I love you, honey. And then in the day after, fighting. And then you are busy following. You become a follower of emotions because you don't understand. But if you did understand, you will realize that, you know what? I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't want to be in this messed up. You say, God, I love you with all my heart. I cannot change somebody else's life. I cannot be in a messed up relationship, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family. We cannot change who we are related to. We cannot change. We can change friends anytime you want, but sometimes friends become our family, part of the family. Our spouse become part of the family. We bond. We have a relationship with them. They hate us. People we have business with, they become part of us. They become part of our family because they become part of our tribe. But when they hate us, it does hurt. So instead of staying there, being dragged around, emotion, because when I'm pushing the suitcase, you don't know that it's my emotions. That's how I'm feeling. When I'm feeling good, you're gonna feel good. When I'm feeling bad, you're gonna feel bad. But if you don't know, you're gonna blame yourself because you don't know. So if you are somebody in psychology, it does help. When you read psychology books or study a little bit of psychology, it does help. It does help. And sometimes the choices we basically blame ourselves because of the choices that we've made in the past. I hate myself because of the choices that I've made, and you become bitter. But the choices were there to teach us a lesson, not to feel ashamed. They are there for us to not to hold on to bitterness or not to hold on to something that is not meant for us. If you apply for a professional job, you apply and you know you're qualified for job. If you get told that no, we can't take you, it doesn't mean that you are not enough. And if you get told that you are sick, you have sickness, life-changing sickness, it doesn't mean that you cannot be healed. There are so many people that have been healed through sicknesses. So you can basically look forward to do your healing and become the person that you want to become. And so that, I think that was it for today, guys. And so basically what I leave you with is I cannot define you. Bitterness doesn't define you. And for me as a person, I cannot define you and tell you that you are not enough. And guess what? A human being, anyone that is breathing, a human being, if you put something to something, you get creative. I surprise myself with the things that I do. And that's why I don't have authority to tell somebody that you're not enough. Because I know with myself that when I learn things, when I have the courage to learn something, sometimes I surprise myself with the things that I'm able to do if I decided to learn something. So I don't have authority to say to someone, you cannot do this. I cannot define you. So that's what I leave with you. No one can define who you are. Bitterness cannot define you. No one can enter your life and tell you that you cannot become who you want to become. If somebody enters your life, you go through abuse, you go through rejection. Life is a process. You have to look at yourself. Did I reject anyone? If you know you have not rejected anyone, that means that person is going through something. It has nothing to do with you. You go through relationship abuse. The abuser is the one that is abusing you. So you have basically, we don't have a right to hold on to bitterness. We don't have a right. Go through forgiveness and forgive yourself for holding that pain. Forgive yourself for not realizing your destiny, for believing that you are not enough. Some people go through abuse. Marriage, they're like, I don't want to get involved in the marriages. I don't want to date anyone. I don't believe in love because they've already labeled everyone the same. They go to businesses, get robbed. They're like, I don't want to start a business. I don't want to go there. People are the same. People are not. We go through challenges for a reason. It's how we respond to the situation that is going to determine who we become. Our response is the critical component of where God is able to take us. So learn how to respond to your situation, and when you do, and please share with me. I would love to hear from people to say, Nomsa, you know what, I went through this situation and how I responded, it was amazing. I go through some things in life and how I responded. Sometimes I respond, I respond different. There are sometimes people come to my company and they expecting the owner of the company to be run by a white person. And they come in and they're like, want to see the owner of the company. So I'm like, it's me. And they're like, oh no, I'm talking about the owner. I'm like, what kind of owner are you looking for? And they're like, oh, I want to talk to somebody who is in charge. Just because I'm black, it doesn't mean you have to judge me. So sometimes they're like, because they expect the owner of the company to be a white person. So I'm like, I do have white people that work within the company. So I'm like, if you need any help, I can help you. Or sometimes if somebody has been to the website, they'll come to me because they know Nomsa is the owner of the company. And they'll say, can I see Nomsa? Or if they have not been to the website, they'll come to me, or they're talking to me over the phone and they're like, excuse me, could you please put me through to the owner of the company? So I'm like, how may I help you? So they're like, I said owner of the company. So I'm like, I am. Can I help you? But then I could easily get angry, but I don't, because everyone has a choice in life with how they feel. Or simple, sometimes someone will walk in and they are upset with something, and instead of me responding with anger, I just ask them, sit down, let's have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. And then you find that that anger has nothing to do with what with the work that we are doing with them. Is something else, and that's how they are feeling. And that's what life is about. And that's why we have to love unconditional, because you might basically respond in anger with somebody who is already gone through something. So if you don't know that, then that means that you won't be able to help that person, because they are crying out. They don't have the courage to say, you know what, I have problems. They are crying out. Their language is to lash out. So we all different. Me, when I have problems, I go quiet. I'm the opposite. I go quiet and I listen to my music. When I'm listening to my music, I'm listening to a message, a song that it gives me a message of hope, a message of blessings. I just go quiet. I don't talk. And when you hear me talking about the problems, it means when I'm quiet, I'm finding a solution. And when I have the courage to pick up the phone and ring someone, it means that person I know, they're gonna help me, or they're gonna refer me to somebody that is going to help me. So have the courage to become who you want to be by letting go of bitterness. If you're watching Ghosty Talk shows, please follow us on our social media and YouTube channel, and subscribe. Feel free to subscribe and live with grace, everyone, and God bless you. Bye, Mohale. Hope you're okay, and I'll see you soon. Live with grace.